Are you experiencing emotional pain and it's all kept inside and you don't know how to get it out and you just feel like sometimes you're just putting a facade all the time? So stay tuned with me. By the end of this video, you're going to find out how to get rid of this emotional pain and really live the life that you really want to live and be the real you. Hi, my name is Kelly and I love helping people find clarity and direction in life. So if you're ready to let go of your past and move forward into your future and be the best version of you, then subscribe to my channel and hit the like button and be sure to hit the notification button to be notified of my new video every Wednesday. I used to think that feeling emotional pain and having all this emotion inside was weak, and I used to think that having this was inadequate. So I kind of really pushed it away because I felt like no one wants to know about my emotions, no one wants to feel how I feel. So I put up this facade to really be a person that I wanted to be or perceive to other people. However, what this does was cause my life to be very imbalanced. I was fake. I felt like I wasn't the real me, and it was just a facade, and I didn't like it. So I really had to find a way to find balance in my life, to really at the same time accept who I was and the emotions that I feel inside, and really be able to be the real me when I'm in front of people or in family and everything. And I really wanted to support myself with those emotions and really feel how to resolve my emotions and really connect with them instead of pushing them away. And when I did accept my emotions, and learn from my emotions that they were great and learn to love them, that's when I really became the best version of me, because I didn't have to push away anymore. I didn't have to be fake. I was real me. I was authentic while having my emotions and feeling great about them because they're me, right? So I'm going to show you today how you can actually be authentic and really support and love your emotions and be the true you, so you don't have to put those facade up anymore, so you can be who you want to be out in the world. So tip number one is about embracing your emotions. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad. And I'm actually telling you to actually cry it out if you need to. I don't care if you're male or female, you need to. Don't hold it back and let it out. And what crying does, people used to say, or you've been taught that crying is bad, and actually, I dare to differ, because crying actually is allowing your emotions to come out. It's an avenue for your emotions to come out. And crying is a certain way, right? And when you allow those emotions to shift, you're crying for a reason, because you feel some sort of emotion, right? And allowing that to come up and cry and let your emotions out. Let it come out instead of bottling up in your body. It's very suffocating sometimes when it's kept inside, right? So allowing it to come out and allowing it to flourish, allowing it to come out and just, I don't feel good about this, and just let it out. And when that energy releases, you actually feel really good about yourself, right? About letting that emotion out or talking about it and just letting it out, because you no longer have to store it within you. And when you that's what happens, when you start to store energy within you, you start to not accept your emotions, embrace them. Energy stores in there, and you start to lose your identity. You start to feel not heard. You start to feel everything buried inside, right? And that's when it really causes a lot of stress, a lot of harm. You're feeling tired, you're more drained, because you got nowhere for your energy to go. You got nowhere for these emotions to go. It's just all stored inside. And if you longer you do this for, more things that bubble up in your life, that's where things, diseases, issue with health, emotions, you're how tired and how much energy you have, all comes from that, because all your energy is wasted on trying to keep these emotions down, and it's not good for your body. And say some people do it for years, right? Can you imagine having all that stored energy, unwanted energy in your body stored for that many years? That's how sickness and illness happens, right? Because there's nowhere for these emotions to go. So the best thing to do is actually let it out, cry it out. If you have to punch it out, if you have to go to a park and scream it out. Whatever it is that you have to do, let those emotions out and embrace them. Accept that, yes, I'm not feeling happy today. Yes, I'm feeling, and find ways to deal with it. Find ways to let it out. And when you do let it out, it feels so good. And tip number two is about using it as experience, right? A lot of people, we take these emotional pain, and we take it and it makes us who we are, and sometimes it does for a lot of people. It becomes an identity that, when I have this emotional pain, when I'm a certain type of character, people care about me more, people support me more, people love me more, you get more attention, however, it's not the real you. You don't want to stay in this anymore, right? You don't want to stay in this emotional pain because they're not serving you. It's causing you to be in a position where you can't grow, you're stagnant, you don't have the true love that you're meant to have. People that love you will still stay with you, even if you change, even if you're not, even if you don't have that emotional pain anymore. People will still love you, especially people who really support you in life and really true to you. They will still stay there for you. So this is about growing from it and using what you experience, this emotional pain, and growing from it. I know some emotional pain is very devastating, and if you haven't yet, watch my video about self-discovery journey for trauma survivors, which I talk about really in depth about what I experienced in my life and how it affected me. And it will be in the description below, right? And so you can watch it and see, embrace your experiences and grow from it, because when you do, it takes you to the next level. It takes you to a new profound understanding about life, about your life, about how you should live your life. And with that in your life, you have moved forward, right, into somewhere that you want to go. And it's such an amazing feeling when you start embracing your experiences and learning from it. It really takes you to the next level, and it gives you more happiness, more peace, and more gratitude to your life that you have made it out. And tip number 3, where is it in your body? What happens with this emotional pain, the longer you have it for, it actually tends to, if you don't have an avenue for it to come out, it stays in a part of your body. I understand that because I used to get a really sore shoulder. And this shoulder is when I never knew what it was. I used to think, oh my God, I need another massage. Oh my God, I need to rub it a bit more. I have bag on that shoulder, and however it is, I used to think it's from this external, cause. However, it's actually from me internally. And it's actually, for me, I recognize now that it's actually from stress. Every time when I feel like I'm overworking myself, this shoulder will start to play out, and it's from my emotions on how I feel about the situation. When I feel like I'm stressed and that I'm overworking myself and I feel like I don't have enough time for myself, this shoulder acts out, right? So there's a correlation. And my finger, right, I know that, you see my finger, I have the same response when I feel anger or fear, even though it doesn't act out on like a conscious level, or I'm not angry towards anything. Internally, when I'm feeling angry, this finger starts to act out. And it's because, I feel like I don't have the skills, just unconsciously, and this finger will act out in pain. So when it does, I recognize that these things are happening within me, and I have to go out and channel myself and really see why is it happening and what it is that's coming up for me to solve. And when I do, this disappears, pain and anger disappears straight away. And also working on my stress and spending more time for myself, this shoulder will ease itself. So if you have anything in your body that's aching, if it's your back or if it's your neck, if it's your shoulders, if it's anywhere in your body, your ankle, knees, joints, anywhere, it's actually a type of emotion that's stored within there. It's acting out. And if it's a recurring issue, it's a very highly chance it's deeper, it's emotional. It's mechanical. Yes, there's something, maybe you injured it or however it is, but for it to not be resolved, there is more to it. There's an emotional side to it, but the energy within you is causing that to not heal. If you really want to know more about this and really want to see something about it, I recommend Thomas Crevy. He's in Brisbane and I'm in Australia. And if you want to talk to me more about that and you want to connect with me, then, feel free to Google Thomas Crevy and find out more, or connect with me and I can heal that for you too, finding an emotional and working and clearing that energy from anything that's causing you some sort of condition within you. So comment below what is causing you to feel emotional pain within you. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it up and let's solve it, because it's time to move forward. And tip number 4 is about emotional healing and releasing, right? For you to really heal, you have to actually start working at it and healing from that root cause. And when you start healing from the root cause, that's when true magic happens. Because what happens is, a lot of the times we do positivity, we do these courses, and it helps, yes, for temporarily when you're thinking about it. Because what it does is it just chops it from the stem, right? And then, wow, it feels so amazing, it's working. However, what happens is, over time, these starts growing again because the roots are still there. What you need to do is actually go in and remove the roots. And when the roots are removed, the effects of it disappear because there's no longer holding you back. It will no longer grow back. It's no longer there, right? So doing a lot of healing work. And what I mean by doing healing work is you can do clearing sessions and releasing sessions from the unconscious mind, which I do, and feel free to contact me for that. And doing deeper work where you can do Kundalini, do meditation. Mostly it involves spiritual work, right? Spiritual awakening. So, doing anything that a lot of yoga helps that, to shifting energy. You can do a lot of deep meditation and clearing work from there. There's so many different methods. So you would have to align with yourself to find stuff that are spiritual and connect deeper within you, so you can work at that deeper space to start shifting energies, shifting your mindset, shifting old patterns, shifting beliefs, so you can be the best person and stop holding on to the old stories and patterns. And when you start doing that for yourself, that's when magic happens, and that's when things start to shift in your life, because there's no longer holding you back. And the next tip is about self-love, right? Starting to find ways to love yourself more. I know there's so many things that are happening in your life that's so emotional, so painful, so hurtful. And when those things happen, we start to disconnect from ourselves. We start to we don't love ourselves as much. So things happen. You feel disgusted. You feel dirty. You feel, revolted. However you're feeling inside about the situation, about yourself, even though you were the cause or not the cause. We start to disconnect from ourselves. And when we do that, we don't treat ourselves the way we should. We start, putting ourselves down. We start bullying ourselves. We start, bad-mouthing yourself. All these things that we do to yourself. So what we need to do is accept the emotional things that we are, and that it's happened. We can't fix the past, and start learning to love ourselves. Treating ourselves to certain things. I'm not talking impulse buying, but I'm starting to loving yourself. Treating yourself to those, like the food that you want to eat, those yummy foods. I'm not talking about binge eating, right? I'm talking about, treating yourself to a nice bath, treating yourself to a nice massage, treating yourself to a nice drink, treating yourself, accepting love to come into your life, letting people support you, letting people help you, letting people, do things for you. Start loving yourself. And this is a question that you need to ask yourself. What can you do today to start loving yourself more? Right? And this is not something that I can answer for you. This is something that you have to sit down and say, what would be a loving thing that I can do for myself today? And do it for yourself. And sometimes it can be hard because you don't feel like, I remember sometimes I love baths. I now really love baths. But sometimes when I'm about to start a bath, I'll be like, oh, no, I can just have a shower. That should work fine. And it's about pushing through that. No. I'm having a bath today. And I just go and physically turn it on. I go physically, make the bath. And of course, when I make the bath, I'll jump in, right? And then it actually feels so good to have a bath. But during that moment when it's a shower or a bath, I really, no, don't worry about it. A shower will be fine. Shower does do well, but I love a bath instead. So even that, pushing myself to making sure I get what makes me feel loved is so important. And sometimes you got to push for it and really put yourself first, and instead of someone else or instead of other people, family members, and put yourself, you know what, I'm putting myself first. I love myself, and this is what I'm going to do for myself. So now, after listening to all these points about loving yourself more and really prioritizing and really do clearing work for yourself and really embrace your emotions, after hearing all this thing, you feel like there's so much more happening within you, and you really want to work at that deeper level to really start today and just start moving forward in your life, then join my Facebook group, because I have this Facebook group that's all things mindset that you can join in the description below. And I don't talk about it anywhere else. And I don't, there's a lot of information in there that I do Facebook Lives in there that I can share with you instantly, and you could be part of it too. And if you feel like there's something else holding you back from moving forward, in the description below, I have a link that you can find out what's holding you from moving forward into the direction that you want to go in life. And it's absolutely free in the description below. So thank you for joining me today, and be sure to like this video if you like it, and be sure to share it with your friends. And for now, have a lovely day, and please make sure that you join me next week, because I have some goodies for you too. Bye for now.